guess, we're practically friends.
What did you say?
Yeah, I mean, we can talk about fucking anything on here.
What?
Yeah.
That's how buddies do it.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm sorry.
Yeah, like bitch ass.
Well, we can talk about that now.
No.
Look at this fucking thing! On the outside looking in, looking back at where I've been, trapped inside a world so cruel. I don't wanna be nobody's fool. The devil on my sleeve, he's trying to make me believe. Led into the dark, you tried to tempt me. Not this time. Put me under your spell and tried to use me. Not this time. I'm torn apart at the seams, being pulled down in between, living life by the golden rule, caught in a rat race, run by fools. An angel on my sleeve is trying to make me sin.
Yeah, I guess, we're practically friends.
Led into the dark, you tried to tempt me. Not this time. Put me under your spell and tried to use me. Not this
Yo, what up, fam?
I fronted him a brick.
You know what I'm saying? And oh man, we got an old school player over here in the studio. We got Tate back in the state.
What up, no?
You know what I'm saying?
It's weird. Being,
You can't trust me. I don't even trust myself.
what is this thing in front of me? This microphone. It's been
Oof.
so long.
Yeah, there's a label on it now.
Yeah, I come back and there's labels everywhere.
Oh my god.
Kyle's turned into a OCD freak, guys.
Yeah, and way fatter, but hopefully funnier.
Nah, it's true. I put on
I'm
some
him.
too.
I've been him. Yeah. I will continue to be him.
What up, no?
Go up and see monkeys by the gallon. My tummy feel crazy.
God damn. All right. Well, I think it's safe to say we got a lot to catch up on.
Yeah, we do.
Well, you start, bud.
Smoking fentanyl.
Hey, yo. Hey, yo.
No, you were saying that you had a lot to tell, so let's hear your stories.
So, y'all haven't heard from me in a while. I have completely changed careers.
Welcome back.
I am doing a new job now. I am working in EMS, and I just finished my internship ride time with a certain company in our area. And the way it goes, so if there's any future EMS personnel dreamers out there, I'll tell you this right now, depending on the state you live in, you have to have a minimum of 24 hours time on the ambulance and a minimum of 10 patient
I think you said that
contacts.
wrong. It's pronounced ambulance.
Ambulance, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
And a minimum of
This shit ain't nothing to me, man.
Excuse me, sir, I was talking. And a minimum of 10 contacts. So,
10 contacts?
oh yeah, bro. You got to have at least 10 people that
Did
you
you
make
use
contact
me?
with.
No.
So how this works is,
Motherfucker.
in order for a contact to count, so let's just put it this way. If you were to encounter a dead body, it would count. But if it's any person
Does that include like going to a funeral?
no. That includes like picking up a body, taking them to the morgue.
Well, how am I going to do that without the experience?
Oh, it builds up experience, all right.
No, but how? Okay. You say you need 10 contacts,
Yeah.
and those contacts need to have experience with dead bodies?
You don't have to. It's just whoever gets unlucky and has to deal with a body.
That's what I was reading though. It was like,
Yeah.
oh, then dude, it'd be really fucking hard
Oh, yeah.
to get somebody that's like, oh God, who has seen a dead body in my family?
So one of our students actually ended up dropping the class entirely because
Why?
because they had to encounter a body. When they went on their first day of ride time, I'm not going to say he or she or whatever to put names out there.
Said person.
Said person, I think it was their second or third contact was a body. A dead body that had been down for about
Post-mortem.
3 weeks post-mortem.
Oof.
But it was
3 weeks?
Oh, yeah. But
Man.
thankfully, when all this was going down, it was still cold out. So it wasn't hot.
It wasn't in the morgue?
So how this went down, they got a call from one of the neighbors to do a welfare
Oh,
check.
it was stuck in the house for 3 weeks.
And this
Holy shit, man.
this patient lived alone. So the
Yeah,
neighbor
It's one of those recluses and all that, yeah.
the neighbor called EMS to do a welfare check. And by the time they got there, dude, they didn't even have to open the door or nothing. They could smell it.
Yep. Yeah,
And
you hear that story way too fucking often nowadays.
Man, let me tell you, bro, the smell of a body that has been down for a while is no effing joke.
I bet.
Oh, man, it is brutal. But
I can only fucking imagine.
my probably worst experience. So, when it comes to going on runs, there's a couple different categories that you could categorize them into. They come in medical, trauma, police/fire standby, a convalescent transport, as we call it, which is just like out of hospital transports to another facility. So then there's a convalescent transport, which, like I said, is like an out of hospital transport going to like.
I never actually understood the meaning of convalescent.
So basically, like from hospital to a nursing home, or from a nursing home to a residence. Then there's
like here, but not quite here. Like almost like the equivalent of saying hospice.
kind of, if you will.
Yeah.
And then there's also
In that gray area.
Yeah. But then there's also the wait and returns, which is like you're picking up somebody from a certain place, taking them to an appointment, and then taking them back.
Yeah.
Had a couple of those. So like I said, there's those, police, fire standby, medical, trauma, which I had a couple of those. A body transfer, and then classified as other. Then there's another one classified as other, which I had one that could be kind of classified as other, but it was a police standby because by the time we arrived on scene, PD was already on there.
Yeah.
Which is for like behavioral psychiatric standoffs.
Baker Ag, was it Marchman Act? No.
No.
Baker Act, and then was it Marchman Act?
No.
But I'm saying that's the other one, right? Mm-mm. There's Baker Act, and there's Marchman Act.
What are you talking about?
I'm talking about. Well, go ahead.
So, the worst one that I dealt with So throughout my time on the ambulance, I had a total of 11 contacts. About probably 5, I'd say, were convalescents, just out of hospital transports, like going to a facility, like a long-term care facility, or going back to a patient's residence.
Nice.
Thank you. Had about 3 medicals, one with a couple with chest pain, one technically trauma because it was a fall, and this one was weird because not gonna say names, not gonna say where, but this patient had kind of like a homemade neck brace around their neck made out of like those hospital socks that they give you.
Okay, yeah.
So like this patient had them wrapped around their neck.
Okay. Side note, I wasn't talking bullshit. Marchman Act provides for voluntary admissions and voluntary assessment, stabilization,
Real quick
and treatment
sponsorship
of adults and youth who are severely impaired due to substance abuse.
So we didn't have any of those, thank God.
Yeah. So I was definitely wrong, but I was right. And
Kind of, but
I was right in the fact that it exists,
it does.
but not what you deal with.
It does exist, and we deal with that kind of stuff. We just word it differently.
Yeah. Well, every state is a little bit different.
Yeah, but like even with some protocols in Indiana, they word things differently.
Yeah.
But
And those are things that you have to learn if you're going to go into that field.
oh yeah, one of our chapters in school was just medical terminology
Really.
and how you pronounce certain things.
And then legal stuff, especially.
oh yeah, dude, that was just 2 or 3 chapters by itself. Was legal protocols.
Only
ethics,
2?
2 or 3.
That's it?
All the other stuff is common knowledge. Like there's certain things you say, certain things you don't say. It's common knowledge.
Well, you got to think, it's like the law is always changing, too.
Oh yeah, they're always updating. That's why. Real quick side note. Also, if you decide to go in EMS, police, or fire, or any kind of first response service, always stay up to date.
Dude, you have no idea how much I want to be a cop.
Dude,
You know how much cops I watch?
it is fucking hard. Let me tell you.
I bet you.
One of my cousins just became a sheriff's deputy for Clark County.
Yeah?
I'm not going to say his name, but
Yeah, don't.
he told me.
But cheers to him.
But he told me, besides farming when he was growing up, that this was the hardest thing he's ever had to go through.
And then you have to worry about like people like doing appeals and like suing you and shit.
That's only
It's almost like it almost seems like as precarious as like
that's only if you fuck
as
up.
a doctor.
That's only if you fuck up.
I know, but like it almost seems like as an outside looking in.
It's a double-edged sword.
As an outside looking in, right? Because I haven't been part of it. It almost seems as much, if not more precarious as like becoming a doctor, and you have to spend half your money on malpractice insurance.
See, the thing is, with all this stuff, we don't even deal with insurance. We're just basically, and people say this all the time, and it pisses me off hearing this. EMS is kind of referred to as the taxi service of the medical scene.
Oh yeah,
Which, dude, after being in EMS, from working with an EMS service, I should say, for almost a year, it pisses me off hearing that. It grinds my fucking gears, man.
yeah, Lois.
Yeah, Lois. But, I mean, when it comes to insurance...
It's not just a fucking paddy wagon. They're doing real shit.
Well, the thing is, like, most people don't realize you have to have some pretty damn good insurance. One, to be able to get an ambulance.
Evil?
To be able...
No. I'm
Sorry.
fucking with you.
To get a ride on an ambulance to begin with. Because a lot of people
Oh,
don't...
dude, it's $500 a ride.
Oh, it's more than that. I'm telling you right now, it is more than that.
Dude, I had a ferocious nosebleed from like the job that I had back in Florida,
Oh yeah.
and like it was shooting at motherfucker matrixed away from how bad it was shooting.
Was it just your nose or was it your mouth too?
It was my mouth, or no, it was my nose.
Okay.
My bad.
Okay.
And like they tried to like stop it and it wouldn't stop, right? So they called the ambulance. I had to go to the fucking ER.
Was there internal bleeding?
I don't know. I think it was just like busted
Blood
like,
vessel?
vessels
Blood
like,
vessel?
in the sinuses or whatever.
That'll do it.
They gave me a green pill of like non-narcotic cocaine up in my nose.
Huh.
So they gave me cocaine, and I couldn't even have fun afterwards. Okay, I had the worst drip in the back of my throat,
Man.
and then our safety guy had to come pick me up in his. He was gay, by the way, and he picked me up in his fucking Barbie Mustang,
Oh God.
dude, and I still had to pay $500 for that fucking ride. It's like, you know what? Just let me lay back in my truck for a spell. Like,
Man,
God damn.
The second you get strapped down on that ambulance and you agree for transport.
Oh, the meter starts ticking.
Oh yeah. Well, and hold on. I'm taking my hat off.
Oh shit, he's getting settled here now.
No, it's just
Nichols.
It's just bothering me. So, some services.
It's okay. That's what we do on this Practically Friends podcast. It's your drunk ass podcast. We don't know what we're going to talk about. This is all off the fly, top of the head. And she is eating like a gerbil. I'm so lost right now.
Technical problems over here.
Technical problems.
But just days later.
And we're back. And it's
Sorry,
fucking
folks.
nice to have things labeled now.
I know. Sorry, folks. A little technical difficulties.
Oh my God. Almost 3 years and I finally labeled some shit.
No.
Dude, I found this fucking label. Like, look at that. Label tape
Oh yeah.
in my fucking kitchen. That shit's probably older than me.
God damn.
Or
Anyway.
yeah.
So
Any hoodles.
some services around here, I won't mention names, charge more than others. I'm telling you right now, man. So I've heard stories of EMS services charging up from anywhere up to like you said, 500, 800
For a fucking nosebleed.
Oh, buddy, I've heard stories of services charging $2,000 just for a ride.
Well, they have to pay for the fucking... I used to build the ambulances.
Dude, some services, just for like convalescent out of hospital transports, will charge you $400 up front.
Yeah. And
Just
that's
to
not
leave.
including the hospital bill.
And if you can't pay it, they won't transport you. So you're fucked. And I mean,
This is why I think that...
and say if you got
This is why I think... And again, I'm sorry for keep on bringing up old school SNL, but I'm watching old school SNL, and it's like giving me some kind of like perspective on like the government and shit. Like while I was growing up, when I was too like ignorant and all that.
yeah.
Clinton was good when it came to that fucking healthcare shit. Right? If he had his way without the blowjob, right? We wouldn't have to worry about that shit.
And see, like the thing is,
Monica, come on.
and see the thing is, I'm almost done with EMT school. I've got probably 20 some odd days till practicals, which I'm so effing nervous for, but I'm so excited for. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Just want to say good morning.
Good morning, Julia. But I mean, like, man, there's so many options out there. Like, I've gotten offers from 2 services already that are great services.
Yeah, please don't name them.
I'm not, but
Okay.
these services that I've heard of
Hey, be quiet, Gypsy.
are phenomenal. I mean, phenomenal services.
Well, it's good, man.
Like, one of them.
Wait. Do they have a Dr. Cox there?
I'm not sure.
I don't know.
Dr. Cox.
Took me a second to think of that.
Oh, dude, I planned
But,
that like
I mean,
5
dude-
seconds ahead, and I was so happy with the result.
But, dude, like working in the first, like working with an EMS service and working with so many like.
I bet it's really gratifying.
It is. I mean, man, I've learned so much just from working where I do.
You don't think it's gonna like wear you down?
I mean, it depends on the attitude that you have towards it. Like, I know
I'm sure it has to do with the severity of the injury as well.
There's a good bit of people on my squad that are definitely suffering from what's called burnout.
My name is Sergeant Puddin'.
Sergeant Puddin', rest in peace. But I mean, burnout is a real thing. Like, and it's not even just with like first responders.
Do they move them around because of that?
Man, it's hard to tell because there's different layers of burnout. But once you reach the highest level of burnout,
Then you're done.
Yeah, then you're done.
And take a drink of your happy juice.
Yeah. But I mean, right now I'm still young. I'm still just like a year into working with an EMS service, which
I had the hustle.
I don't care. Like, I'll name the service I work with right now.
No, don't.
They've been good to me. The hospital.
Love that place.
Yeah. So this service I work with, they've been absolutely great to me. They've helped me learn a lot over the last year. And actually, just go ahead and flag that too, because
I'll fix it up.
Yep. So this service, naughty boy. Yeah, I'm sorry. But working with this service and working with so many,
You feel gratified. I can tell.
I feel humbled. I feel humbled, but at the same time, I'm grateful.
That's good, man.
For what I've learned, because I've been working with so many just highly trained professionals, and there's so much that I learned about working in this line of work that it is hard, man.
I bet.
It is hard. Like, there's always...
It's so easy to just watch the show.
It is.
Or like, see what happens.
Right.
And, like, blame the people or whatever.
Right.
Whenever you're in the heat of the moment and all that.
Right.
And that's just human nature.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. It is so easy and quick to blame others, but when people actually see the kind of work... When people actually get to see firsthand the kind of work that first responders, especially...
when you're in the shit, you're in the shit.
Especially...
And it makes a lot of sense.
Especially EMS and fire.
100%.
When you actually get to see firsthand what those guys have to deal with on a day-to-day basis...
And they're not able to say...
You are humbled... You are humbled, and you learn to show them nothing but the utmost respect. And one question that I've come to learn and to hate, just like any other EMS serviceman, firefighter, policeman despises, what's the worst thing you've ever seen? Now, I am guilty of that. I have asked that to one of the paramedics on my squad, and he kind of cringed at the question. And
it's almost like a half insult. I bet, right?
It's kind of, but it's also
when it comes to a greenhorn like yourself.
But it's also kind of forcing them to relive this traumatic event.
Yeah.
That they had to suffer through. So
I can compare. Can I tell you a real quick story to where I know what you're talking about?
Go for it.
I'm not even going to say his name. His initials are...
I wouldn't even say it. His initials.
Okay, Gunny.
Okay.
We'll just call him Gunny. He was in Afghanistan and shit. I met him whilst working at Papa John's while I was doing my welding school.
Yeah.
And, like, we became really, really close friends. And, like, I knew that he was... Like, he saw some shit.
Oh, yeah.
Like, real fucking shit.
Real stuff, yeah.
And, like, is close. Like, we got really fucking close. Really, really close.
Yeah.
and he only told me like one or two stories
because
like,
they're hard to talk about.
Very sugar coated, like very, very
right.
Like what's it called? Reader's Digest version, like very
right.
Like vague or whatever. So I get it, dude, and like that makes so much sense. That now that you say that about like people that have been doing the shit for a while,
they hate that question. They absolutely despise it.
I get it,
and that is why I no longer ask that question to anybody, police, fire, EMS, military.
Because if they want to tell that story,
they'll tell it.
They'll tell it.
They will tell
exactly
on their own will. But
you have no right to ask them that.
But if you have somebody like you said, like me, a greenhorn, somebody new to this whole thing, or an outsider who has,
you still have to like earn your stripes in
absolutely,
in a sense,
absolutely,
in a sense, before you can. You have to build a rapport with the person.
You have to build a reputation with your service in your community.
With that person.
Yeah.
Before it's even beginning to be acceptable to ask that.
Now,
so did you make that mistake and ask that shit right off the bat?
Now, no. Granted,
you didn't.
This person in particular,
did you or did you not?
I had built a bond with this person.
But you didn't ask that right off the bat, right?
No. It wasn't that long ago.
Good on you.
We got into talking a little bit, and I made the mistake of letting that question just kind of slip off the tongue.
Like as the
conversation gets rolling, like it kind of slipped out.
Yeah, it just kind of came out.
And he mentioned it to me, and I regretted it immediately, but he answered the question.
I think he probably recognized that it was genuine.
Yeah, it was, because now, like, I hate to toot my own horn. I do. But, like, I mean, I feel
I'll toot your horn, baby.
Hey, what's up there?
Hey, girl.
I feel like with my partners and my crew,
I love you guys, by the way.
I feel I've built a pretty strong bond with everybody because you know me. I'm a social butterfly. I talk to everybody. I'm a people person. Whether I like to admit it or not, I can talk good. I can talk to people pretty easily.
I love you guys, by the way.
But like everybody on my staff, because when I go into work and I start my shift,
you're old white racist.
I am one of those types of people that I guess you could say
put your nose down to the grindstone.
I talk to people, but I keep my head down. I do my work. I shut up, do my work, and just grind out the day.
And then whenever you clock out, you have to say,
trying to give me that gas.
Yeah. But like this person in particular is...
You're talking about the one that you asked?
Yes.
Okay.
They are a great person. I have learned...
Are you comfortable saying like how long this person has been in the field?
A long time. I will say this.
Proper long time. Okay.
Long enough.
He's a veteran.
Yes. It is a he. He is a paramedic and a firefighter.
God bless him.
He is a great fucking man. He's a family man, father of two.
Yeah.
I've learned he is one of the most nonchalantly, like, funniest people I've ever encountered.
Let me guess. Ex-military?
Not sure. Haven't asked him that. And I'm
yeah,
not.
Don't.
And I'm not.
Yeah,
gonna.
don't. Yeah.
Out of respect, I'm not gonna.
But like that kind of demeanor,
yeah,
makes me feel like he was ex-military.
But anytime like I've had questions throughout class, I went to him. I went to others.
Also, he's kind of like your.
He is
not your. Not your. What's the word for it? I'm trying to look for the word that's not the right one.
Mentor.
Mentor is the one that I was trying to get to, but not your like when you're in AA or your
Sponsor?
Not sponsor, but mentor. Thank you.
To be fair, everybody on my squad has kind of been mentors because everyone on my squad has been doing this long enough that they're knowledgeable of what they're doing and how to do it right.
Damn, that's fresh.
So, like, I'm going to hit my 1 year mark next month.
Right on. Hey,
But
let's let Duran walk us into the shot for that.
Crack open a bottle of whiskey.
While we're talking about that, real quick, before I forget, you know that me and Duran are going to make a whiskey of our own?
oh shit.
It's called Po Folk Whiskey.
Of course it is.
Wait, I think I may have it.
Pofo whiskey. It'll get you there.
But
I'm
so
bashing shit.
Po Folk Whiskey. It'll get you there.
Yes, sir. It'll get you there in all the right ways.
Oh, man. And all you EMTers and firefighters, oh, man, you're going to get 50% off, baby.
Yes, sir.
Once I make a still and make my whiskey.
But
it's going to be called.
But
Wait. Say it with me. Po Folk Whiskey.
But
Pofo whiskey. It'll get you there.
All right. Thank you.
But kind of going back to where I was, this gentleman in particular, he has one
this
of
guy
those,
that I'm dying to meet that you've been talking about.
he has one of those demeanors that it's like when he has to.
Can I describe him? And can you tell me if I'm wrong?
Okay.
He's stocky.
Eh.
Kind of stocky.
Eh.
He's older, but like stocky for his age.
Not that much older. He's still kind of young. Not young.
I'm
but
gonna
like
say
young
like
enough.
either strawberry blonde hair. No.
No.
Okay, other than that, it's gonna be fucking like dark hair and like stubble, and like if not a beard. Oh, like my drummer.
No. Anyway,
Don't worry about it. Anyways,
So-
tell me off air.
So he has one of these demeanors.
Apparently, he's missing an ass.
So he has one of the demeanors where it's like when he is locked in.
He's nonchalant, but he's focused.
When he is focused, he is fucking focused.
Those are the people that you will follow into the gates of hell.
But like, because I have been.
Chewy, fuck off.
So right now, because I'm not a licensed EMT yet, I work on what's called a shuttle van. But
Yeah.
I have had the pleasure on assisting with some ambulance runs, and one of the times I was with this particular gentleman.
I appreciate you being so fucking appropriate for the on-air shit.
And I mean, once we made contact with the patient, got on scene, his demeanor changed. Like he was all business.
Job.
Oh, he was all.
Well, you have
business.
to because you're trying to save somebody's life. You know what I mean?
Hold on. Chewy. Down.
Hey, remember?
Down. Thank you. But I mean, when we're in the office, like we're just kicking it, he's one of the most laid back, down to earth guys in the world.
It sounds to me like he's found this kind of like balance for him.
Oh, yeah.
That works. That like he's going from one extreme,
Dude, he is
to the
awesome.
to the latter.
And
you know, like he's able to relax
oh yeah,
and then get really focused and still be himself.
oh without a doubt,
Whenever he's clocked out.
without a doubt.
That I think is like very admirable.
See here,
That's the balance the balance I think you need to focus. Like
Here's
try
how he
to
is.
focus on.
here's how he is.
perfect mentor for you if you want to make this as a
Oh,
career
yeah.
job.
See, here's how he is.
Yeah.
Nothing going on. Nonchalantly funny.
Yeah.
Will answer any question you have the best he can.
He's very reserved.
Very. But he is a very, very nice.
But he's
humble
like
man.
on the like Johnny on the fucking spot
when
whenever
he's on a run, he is all business, like John Wick business.
See, like I know this doesn't nearly compare, but when I was in JORTC, I looked up to my platoon leader, who was a senior at the time, and I was a freshman. I looked at him the same way.
And then as soon as he clocks out, family man.
Oh yeah,
Like he
he leaves the shit at the door.
he has
picks it up when he leaves.
Yep. He has
That's
he's
admirable. Man.
He's warped his schedule around to where he can get off just in time.
Chewy, what's he doing?
Down.
Chewy, come here. Come here. Go ahead, buddy.
He kept trying to jump on. So as soon as he clocks out, he is in dad mode. Like
100%.
he worries about going home, getting his kids down for the night, making sure they get to sleep on time, making sure they're fed.
Let's also not forget about like
He
his choice of women, because like his old lady's there and willing to deal with that. You know, like
I've gotten the honor and privilege to meet his wife.
and I bet she's a class act.
She is, without a doubt. She is amazing. She is his rock. I could not be happier for him.
Dude. And the thing is that you're the perfect example of a good person for this kind of job, because I've seen you with MJ and I know that you guys are meant to be together.
I hope so, man.
Dude,
I try my best.
Hey, I'm going to marry Devin and Rivers, and I'm trying to get to the point to where I can marry Debs and Daniel. I'll marry your ass right here. Dude, it takes 5 minutes. I can get ordained.
But
I digress. But what I'm saying is that you need to find a good woman to support you and be self-sufficient as well.
the good thing about
And it's
MJ,
so fucking hard to find that.
the good thing about MJ especially, I love you, baby. We love you, and we love you, baby.
I love you too, but not as much as him.
The good thing about MJ is that she is in nursing school. She has worked in the medical field, so she knows.
She was working 2 jobs and doing school
Oh,
at
yeah.
one point, right?
Yeah,
Right here at the fucking dog kennel
Yeah,
thing.
so she's
not doing that no more, right?
Well, she still is technically an employee with them, but she hasn't. Her boss kind of just told her, like, when we have work for you, we'll call you back in. Hasn't heard from him.
Yeah.
But she is currently in nursing school at the moment, so everything I tell her about, she knows. So we can sit here and we can just talk about it for hours on end.
Yeah.
I have had many honors and privileges to hang around him. Yeah. To hang around him and be around him. He is a class act, good old boy from the West Coast, Washington. I'm not going to name what part.
He has no soul.
He does have no soul. He has the beard of a ginger.
Oh, my gentle Jesus.
But
Pull my pants down.
But the point is, like you said, it flows well. To have
It takes a certain kind of person.
Man, first responders are a different effing breed.
Dude,
Of human.
all day.
Because the kind of shit that they have to deal with, and notice how I'm not saying,
I like black people and Hispanics.
but notice how, Chewy, get down. Notice how I'm not saying we. I'm saying they. Because
You know what?
Because
I
I'm not
have-
officially an EMT.
I have noticed that. I can say the exact same thing. I know it's not nearly as honorable. But like I I wanted to be a welder so bad, right? And I went to the school and I did this, that, and everything. And then I even had like I had a place hire me before I graduated. I didn't call myself a welder until I got paid for it.
Yep.
So you're not a fucking EMT.
And I'm not a licensed EMT yet. No.
Until you're certified and you're getting paid for it.
Because, like you said, I have to earn my stripes.
100%.
So that's why
High five.
Pow!
Slap hands.
Slap hands.
So
I want to buy a copy of that movie from Walmart just so I could pull my pants down, take a hot steaming shit on it, and then set the motherfucker on fire.
was that about Smile? I think that was about the movie Smile.
I think so too.
I don't blame him.
I'm just on the Nate folder and I miss him so much.
Man, rest in peace, Sarge.
Probably smell a little bit like pizza.
But man, and the thing is, some of our guys that work with us work for 911 dispatch services.
Yeah.
And the stuff that I hear and the stuff that I learn from these people, from these individuals, from these veterans of EMS and fire. I mean,
they've been through the shit. They've done
They've
it.
seen a lot, and just to hear it, it's so humbling. But at the same time, it's
overwhelming, but humbling.
It's humbling, but at the same time, it's
overwhelming.
No, it's motivating.
Yeah,
it's motivating because
very, like almost like whenever like you are talking to a recruiter for like the military,
right? Because my end goal in life, I guess my meaning of life, in some way was to help people, whether that be save them from a traumatic event or entertain them to bring a little bit of joy into their lives, like a lot of social media influencers nowadays. I think, and by the way, my introduction to EMS was completely thanks to MJ. It was completely thanks to MJ. I have to give thanks to her.
Was it?
Oh, yeah. It was because of MJ.
Oh, I wasn't aware of that.
Nope. Nobody knows this story. So
maybe 10 years ago.
So those of you who know, my previous job was Dillard's in Clarksville.
I thought you were at the one other place that did sandwiches, McAllister's.
That was my first job when I was 16. Then I went to Dillard's, thanks to a good buddy of mine, Dante.
Mr. Wiener wasn't fucking happy at that moment.
Yo. But MJ knew that I was in a dark spot in my life.
So you met MJ when?
While actually, it's funny you say that. While we were at Dillard's.
Oh, that's right.
She started working there.
That's right when I met you is when you were working at Dillard's.
Yeah.
And that's
so by the time I met
is that right when you met her?
No. So by the time you and I met, it was a couple of months afterwards that I met.
It was
MJ.
very fresh though.
Yeah.
So that explains a lot.
So MJ, by this point,
no, he did.
So by this point, MJ had been working at so and so for a while,
and then you said,
I mean, of course.
No. So when we started dating initially, I was still working for Dillard's, but she noticed that while I was working there, my depression had gotten worse. My drinking had picked up. I'm not proud of it. But she brought up, I told her I want a new job for the longest time. So she eventually decided to help me out. She's like, all right, here's a couple job listings for this specific place I work at.
This is MJ?
Yes. She told me one day while we were at a coffee shop.
Okay, hold on.
If I can,
she's
if I can tell this story real quick, I'm about to tell you right now.
But she's working at the same place as you.
She was.
Okay.
She's no longer working there, but
at this time when she's talking to you,
she was. Yes.
at the coffee place. She's still working at the
Yes.
same place?
Yes.
Okay.
So she brings up, she's like, okay, here's a couple listings for this specific place that I'm working at. I want you to send in a couple. I want you to look over some of the applications. And if you see anything that sparks your interest, I want you to send in an application. I was like, okay.
It's not a bad deal.
And she said, if you like it, I'd like you to pursue it further. If you don't like it, we'll look for something else and we'll figure it out. I said, deal.
How about we meet for coffee?
So initially, the position that I applied for was dubbed shuttle driver, which I thought initially, was just one of those little.
You're going into space.
Was one of
we
those
know.
was one of those shuttles that just drives around this place and just picks up people and takes them to the front door. That's what I thought it was initially. But
I thought you were going to the moon.
But little did I know, it is the job that I work now, which is a shuttle transporter for.
And this is how many years ago?
This
year and a half, 2 years ago?
About a year and some change.
Yeah.
So.
Because I've been doing this podcast for almost 3 years now.
So this is about a year and some change. So I was like, okay. I sent in the application. About probably 3 weeks or so later, I get a call from the captain or the chief of this service.
Let me guess. It was MJ.
No. So I'm not.
Oh.
I'm not going to say his name, but he's my chief. Wonderful man.
You're talking about now?
Yes.
Oh, dude. You're fucking with me with timelines. Like,
so
you went from when you first met MJ to now.
So
it's fucking with me.
So I get a call from my now current chief. He said, "Hey, I saw your application. When are you available for an interview?"
Oh, wait. Did you tell that story to tell this story because you put in an application back then? Gotcha. Sorry.
So.
That is actually fucking awesome.
So I was like, oh, okay. I can make myself available for this day at 9 a.m. He said, perfect. I'll see you then. So me going all out for this interview, I went all fucking out. Like,
can I stop you real quick?
Go for it.
See, that's why you're good for that job and I'm not. Because if I was on the phone with him and he said, like, I'll meet you then, it's like, I can meet you a lot sooner if I have a major accident.
No, he told me, he's like, can you meet me this day, 9 a.m.? I said, perfect. I'll see you then.
Yeah.
I went all out for this interview. Like, I got haircut, beard trim.
No, I know how hard you went into this. Like, I know you're passionate. Dude, you're passionate about this.
Dress pants.
And it's fucking awesome.
Dude, like dress shirt, dress pants, dress shoes, tie, everything.
Okay.
So I walked in.
Yeah.
He came out, greeted me. And initially, on the way back to his office for the interview, we started talking about cars. He talked about all the classic muscle cars he used to have. I told him, like, oh, I'm a muscle car freak myself. Like, I own a Mustang, all that stuff. Little fun fact, if you didn't know, I own a 2012 Mustang.
It's not a classic. It's a new one. And it rides like a fucking brick.
Oh, shut up.
I've been in it before.
Chevy owner. I didn't hear any complaints back then.
Oh, because you didn't want to hear him.
No, because you didn't say nothing.
Oh, well, because out of respect, because you're one of my best friends.
Nah, but so me and him, and I'll say this right now, this guy had a different interviewing style for like a job interview, but I like it.
Isn't it so refreshing?
No, he interviewed me.
No, but I'm saying, like, once you like come across that kind of style.
Oh, it is a breath of fresh air.
Isn't it?
It is a breath of fresh air. So he interviewed me, and then he had me interview him.
Yes.
Dude,
I love that.
it was a breath of fresh air.
I love that.
It was
I love that.
amazing. Dude, in the interview, I was so freaking nervous going into this interview, but as soon as we started talking on the way in there, it was just a slow, casual conversation, it felt like, through the interview. It was amazing.
I've had a half a handful of interviews like that.
It's
And,
it's
dude,
amazing.
It
is awesome.
So much weight off your shoulders.
It is. It feels like a boulder gets lifted off your
Oh
shoulders.
my, dude! Don't get me started.
So, and then like I was probably at the interview for like an hour and a half, and like
Just shooting shit, right?
half of that was just us shooting the shit, having a
The
nice
best.
conversation,
The best.
like getting to know him getting to know me. It was awesome. So then eventually the interview wraps up. We shake hands, and I stood up.
Proper shake hand, like
he-
hey, I
he
respect you, you respect me.
He stood up, held his arm out. I stood up, shake his hand, because
Yeah.
that's a golden rule. You don't ever shake somebody's hand sitting down.
Yeah.
I leave. I go home, get back in bed. I lay back down with MJ, tell her all about the interview. I'm not kidding. 90 minutes, an hour and a half after the interview is over, I get a call from Human Resources. And I quote,
Goddamn Peckerwoods.
"Hello, is this Christian Tate?" "Yes." "Hi, so-and-so would like to offer you the position."
Pull it up. Do some fucking shot.
An hour and a half after the interview, I got an offer for the job.
Oh yeah, you know it then.
This man, my chief, my current chief, which I praise God. I thank God for him every day. And he tells me this even still to this day, even after me working with him for a year.
Mm-hmm.
He went to our second in command, and he told her, and I quote, "As soon as I got off the phone with him to schedule the interview,
He knew.
I knew he was a good one." In his exact words. I'm not kidding. He said that in front of the entire crew, and I almost teared up. Because I've never...
Well, it's nice, man, because that's a tight-knit group, man.
I've never had a boss of mine talk that highly of me. And it's humbling and it's refreshing to hear that.
Especially like right after like just from like the first interview too.
From the first interaction I had with this man, he has been so...
No, that validates every value that you've been raised on and that you've been trying to hold true.
And I have to... And I have...
validate... No. The reason why that you're so emotional about it, other than the obvious, is being validated.
I have two people to thank for that. My parents. They raised me to be this way, to be passionate. If you don't put 110% into it, you get nowhere.
Well, it's not just that; it's being earnest and being yourself.
Exactly, and like even my first day showing up for orientation and all this stuff, he knew how much I wanted to learn. I didn't get on my phone. Basically,
You were hungry.
Oh, I was hungry. But at the same time, the only time I ever got on my phone was to text MJ or text my mother about how it was going. I all eyes on him, all ears open. I wanted to learn.
Yeah.
Right out of the gate. And he knew that. They all knew that. And I think that's why I've been able to build such a good bond with my team, and I love every single one of them.
And it's going to be like an easier kind of like thing because everybody had to go through that as well.
Exactly.
And like no matter where you're going to be stationed, that kind of like brotherhood and rapport is going to be built.
Well, and the good thing about it is because 2 places that I've already gotten offers from. I have people on my current team that work for these companies.
Yeah.
So it helps so much. So they already know, like, I'm hungry. I want to get into here. I want to get my hands dirty. I want to learn.
Yeah, but then you got to know that there has to be a lot of.
There's a limit.
There's politics in there.
Oh, 100% there is politics in every service, but I'm going to be me. If people have a problem with that, that's on them, not me. I'm going to be me. I'm going to come in. I'm going to do my job, and I'm going to have a smile on my face every time I come in.
How far are you from being done?
I don't know.
Okay.
But the thing is, it's like, if you're not passionate about something, you're going to get nowhere.
What is that? Somebody said it's like, if you enjoy what you do, then you'll never work a day in your life or whatever.
And that's the American dream.
It is.
Is finding something you love to do and getting paid for it.
Here's the thing, is that it also is a quote-unquote dream. People find it, some people don't.
And I think I found it because I had the chance.
Fucking ecstatic for you.
And I thank you for that, brother.
Yeah.
And I personally think you found what you wanted to do in this podcast and your welding career.
I'm about to. I actually talked to tax people about opening LLC for PFP, but I have to start making money here. So yeah, subscribe.
But like,
baby.
The thing is, man, it's when I first started in this job, man. I'll be honest with you and with everybody listening. I was terrified. I did not know.
You think I'm not?
I didn't know what to expect. Like, I'd heard stories. I didn't know what to expect. And, man, every single thing that I thought about came to pass. And it's just...
You think I wasn't scared?
Oh, I know you were.
Going back down to do welding. I was doing welding as a buffer while I figured out what I wanted to do. Just so happened to where welding was and fabrication was my thing.
And
right.
Right.
And the thing is that I'm investing all this money and all this time and effort in the studio, but nothing's coming back yet. But I think it's an investment, you know?
It is. And the good thing about all this is, thankfully, I had the opportunity to do my ride time, my internship.
100%. You did it the right way.
And well, it's through my school. We have to do it.
Yeah, you went to school.
Thank
and you
God,
did the right thing.
Thank God, the crews I was with, they had like. I would say the only negative thing they had to say about me was because of my nerves. My first day for the internship, which is understandable for any student.
Very understandable. Do you think everybody's going to go in there as like, okay, dead bodies, squish, 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 kiss, kiss, kiss.
Right.
And like, no, nobody's going to be like that. Everybody's going to be a little squeamish.
But other than that, thank God these crews had given me a good rating. They all rated me satisfactory.
Constructive. They want more people in there, man.
They rated me all satisfactory in all categories. No needs work, or it was just all satisfactory. Thank God. I was very thankful for that. But I'm not going to sit here and boast and look at all those satisfactory reviews and be like, I know what I'm doing. No, I don't. No, I don't.
You got to learn the same way they did.
There is still a lot out there that I have to learn, and there is still a lot out there that I am happy to learn about.
Well, you remember, I mean, I'm sure I've talked to your ear off when it comes to like fabrication and like welding and stuff. It's like there's never a day where I'm not learning more.
You learn something new every day.
Like
The old saying goes.
Like you're gonna stop being a welder when you stop trying to learn, whether it be from like greenhorns or the old guys. You know, I mean that's all. I mean, the more that you soak up,
Right.
the more that you're a sponge, the more lethal you can be at being the best at that fucking job.
If you don't wake up and try to be the best, where are you going? But
That's why I quit that one job. Remember?
Yeah,
Because I threw my back out for like a week and a half, and they hired somebody off of Craigslist for double my pay when I've been there for
years.
Well,
and the thing is,
and they hired him to be the fucking foreman, and like, dude, this guy that looked like Mr. Clean, I about spat in his fucking face, if not on his shoes.
Well, and the thing is, I had one of my...
And I'll call you out right now.
I had one of my... This was actually my second day of ride time, my second crew. One of my evaluators told the second in command to the deputy chief that I was, quote-unquote, a sponge for this service. I soak everything up, and I wanted to learn. And that I learned...
That's a good thing, though.
So much. So fast. And it meant the world to hear that.
Yeah, you get an admiration and validation.
It means the world to hear that.
Isn't it?
It's
the best, man.
And I hear it every day when I go to work from my captain, and no matter how many times she says it, it is never going to stop meaning the world to me.
No, because you hold them in high regard, and they're seeing that you're hungry and that you have potential, and that means a lot, obviously.
She didn't get the rank of captain for nothing.
For nothing, yeah, exactly.
She has learned a lot working in this service.
Put in her time.
She's put in her time. She knows a lot. I've learned a lot from her.
Taking her lumps.
As much as I want to say her name, I won't, for privacy reasons.
Yeah.
But she is a
Oh, boy.
She is a wonderful woman. She's a wonderful mentor, a wonderful teacher.
Avert your eyes, peasant.
And overall, not only just from her, but everybody else on my crew, it has been...
Everybody has respect for her, like...
Everybody does.
Yeah.
It has been...
It's obvious that, like,
What I call an ultimate thrill ride. It has been nothing but...
Gratifying. Nothing but gratifying.
It's been stressful, and that's one of the repercussions that comes with this line of work.
Yeah.
But it has been truly amazing.
But then, like what you said earlier, there is a burnout period.
There is, but that's only if you let it become that way.
Yeah.
If you let it get to that point, you're going to self-destruct.
Okay. Are we close to...
We could take a break.
Take a break? All right.
Yeah.
All right. We'll be right back. And I'm so sorry, but this motherfucker has to apparently leave.
I'm sorry.
But, hey, it's episode 97. We are getting dangerously close to 100, baby.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm going to try. We're going to all try and give you something pretty special for the 100th. If not, it's going to be a regular episode. Because if you're listening this far, you're going to listen to episode 100 anyways.
Yes, sir.
But, yeah, so, yeah. Say goodbye, buddy.
Take care, y'all. It's good to see you again.
Oh, dude, it's been a fucking pleasure.
Talking to these barrels, ready to sell up my face. They're telling me to stop, I just wanna be great. The look in the rise saying cleanse your waist, yeah. Hottest in the light, it ain't no fear in me. I've been preaching to them, they ain't hearing me. Like that one time, Dr. Felony. I'm get down, I need some gas, right, yeah. I've been in my bag, right? I'm just in the dark with no flashlight. All the niggas run me live that fast life. I get stressed, I get down, I need some gas, right, yeah. Who can I trust who really got me? First come and go, that's what I believe. I've been making moves in my sleep. When I work, the niggas hating me. Yeah, niggas is fake. Top of had my back, but they know I won't break. Beat to the side, please stay in your place. I don't want drama, I'm just after the cake. Yo, money, 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 all I see. Dead guys never failing me. I've been preaching to them, they ain't hearing me. Like that 110,000 felony. I've been in my bag, right? I'm just in the dark with no flashlight. All the niggas run me live that fast life. I get stressed, I get down, I need some gas, right, yeah. Give me gas, watch me burn it up. Turn me down, bitch, I'm turning up. Shopping made me better.